What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. My name is Mark. I'm the owner of House Call Oil Changes, as well as the channel here. And today I'm going to show you how to change the oil in a 1998 Toyota Avalon. Let's get started. For this oil change, you are going to need an oil pan to catch the oil as it comes out because you don't want it spilling on the ground. A ratchet with a size 14 so you can get that bolt off. Make note, it's a size 14 when you go to AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts or what have you. A small funnel so you can get it, the oil actually into where it needs to be. And don't forget, I recommend just some gloves because you don't want to get oil on your hands. It could be hot. So I always recommend gloves and eye protection. Your new oil and your new oil filter. Now you can get those from AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts. For the sake of this video, so I've just done the oil, but for the sake of the video, I'm doing a pretend oil change with just the steps. Now that you have everything you need, the first thing you should do is elevate the car, just from the front, because that's where we're going to end up, ratcheting and all that stuff. So I use these ramps here. They're about $70 or something, but they last forever, and you can always have them around, and they'll support your car because we have to get under there, and I'll show you why. This is your first step, by the way. Grab your oil pan and make sure that it's positioned perfectly under the the nut or whatever where you get the oil out, which I'll show you. Forgive me, I'm not too technical with the terms, but I just know how to do it. So here's our oil pan. Come around to the front and just bring it back a little bit, and I'll show you exactly where you need to be. You see this? This is on the left side of the car if you're facing it, right next to the catalytic. So put it right over here, because as I said before, you're gonna have to get this nut here is gonna get screwed off, and the oil is gonna drain out. So when it drains out, you want it to drain into this pan. Very important. Now do note that I've already changed the oil in this. This is just a tutorial to show you. So I'm not actually gonna be draining the oil today, but it's the same thing. Now, that ratchet we had before with the size 14 on it? Grab that, and you know how to put it on. Then what you do is you take this, and you put it right here, and you just get it on there real good. And then simply twist until that nut is off. When that nut is off, it's gonna fall here. Sometimes, I did on my first time, that oil is gonna come out. Just wait for the oil to drain. Now don't wait a million years because it's gonna end up, dripping and all that. So just wait till it's done, pouring out. When that's ready, in the meantime, what you can do is come around to your driver's side, open it up, and we have to pop the hood. That latch is located right down here next to the parking brake. So you just pull it this way, and that'll open your hood. Now, if you're a first timer or this is something you don't really do like that, there's no judgment. There's no reason to feel bad. You might question yourself and say, well, I did it. Why can't I get it open? That's because if you look closely, you'll see a little niche right here. You see where that's cut out? You have to reach under there like this and pull up that lever or that latch. And now that'll open your hood. Take note of the latch here. It has to come up. Now just open that up, and next we have what makes your car run. You'll see here, engine oil. If you're wondering what kind of oil you have to get, there's a few ways to find out. A quick Google search will return some results, but I always recommend when you go to AutoZone or Advanced Auto to get the oil, ask them what sort of oil you should get for your make, model, and year. Also, the third method, it's recommended right here, SAE 5W-30. That's the sort of oil that this car takes. Anyway, we open this up. Don't be afraid to give it a little force. That's what it's meant for. And we get this. Rest it here. Make sure that it's not collecting dust or it doesn't fall or anything like that, because you don't want any undue problems. Not that anything crazy will ever happen, really, but that's just what it is. So that's how you take that off. Next, you're going to need to take off your oil filter. This is where it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but not too bad. Your oil filter is located just below this. You see this? I'm going to show you. This is your oil filter. That STP thing right there? Yes. You can tell it looks new compared to everything else. Now, to get that off, simply twist it by hand to the left, or you can use an oil filter wrench. However you choose. You know, if it's too hard to get by hand, don't be afraid to get in there with the wrench and just get that out. And twist, twist, twist till that comes off. And remember, at this point, the bolt is off, the oil filter is off, and the oil cap is off. Let me show you what's next. But do not make this mistake. If you pour the oil at this moment with everything off, it's going to go straight out the bottom. Do you know why? Because you forgot to put the bolt back on. So let's get under there. You see, just like we did before. And pretend this is full of oil, because as you know, I've already done the oil. I'm just showing you. Oil's done, the bolt is off. Now we take the bolt, let's pretend we put it back on. We tighten it with this. You see, you get it on there, good. Do it by hand first to get it in there. And then get that thing on there, tighten it up real well. But don't over tighten it. If you tighten it too much, you will strip it. And trust me, that's nothing you want to deal with. Now at this point, your bolt is on, but your oil filter and oil cap are still off. The next step is to get the oil filter on. Let me show you how to do it. Now to get that oil filter on, it's literally just screwing it in. Just like we took the one out by screwing it this way, you take the new oil filter, line it up, and just screw it to the right. It'll go on like nothing, usually. But before you do that, make sure on the outer rim where the seals meet, just rub a little bit of oil to really get that seal on. I'm sure you probably heard this time and time again. Now you don't have to, but it's a trick of the trade, as they say, and you know, it definitely helps. So at this point, your bolt is on, your oil filter is on, and your oil cap is off. Let me show you what to do next, and we'll finish everything up here. What you want to do is get your little funnel, not the big funnel, the little one, like I said before, because the reason, this isn't very deep. So a big tall funnel, you have to balance it. You put the little one in here, it's a little bit easier. You can kind of just let it chill. Now, you'll have your jug of oil, you just pour it in there. Most times it'll be the entire thing. Sometimes you might have a little left over. Just double check, because in this case of a 1998 Toyota Avalon, it'll be the entire jug of oil. So just pour that oil in there, and there you go, the oil is in there. Now we just put it right back. And don't be afraid to give it a little force. It'll sit proper. Pro tip. Hypothetically speaking, if you don't have that little funnel, what you can do is take a water bottle and a knife. Don't be afraid. You can just cut it around the top. And just like that, you actually have a perfect funnel. So you see this, just like we just did? You can just pop it right in there. Some people even do that and the funnel, whichever you think works. But, you know, just a quick fix in a pinch. But don't make it, I wouldn't make it a habit personally. So now as we have it, the bolt is on, the oil is in the engine, the oil filter is on. And with that, you have successfully completed an oil change on a 1998 Toyota Avalon. I'm so proud of you. Now do keep in mind, with that old oil, you were like, all right, well now I have a pan of oil. What do I do with this? The best method to dispose of that oil is to pour it from the oil pan into the empty jug of oil that you bought, right? So the new oil goes in, you have an empty jug, take the oil pan and just pour that old oil into that jug. AutoZone, most auto shops, take it to them and they will dispose of it for you. They recycle it. All you gotta do is just take it down there, they'll sort you right out. And just like that, you're done. Awesome. If you or someone you know needs house call oil changes in New Jersey or Philadelphia, please send them my way. I always appreciate referrals. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day. The best method excuse me, like AutoZone and what the hell's the other one? Help me here. Someone help.